I think a logical question we're all asking is, how did WACK 100 just sit there and allow Luce Cannon to incriminate himself, talk about things that were not longer than a year or two ago, and sit there and kind of like egg him on? And here's Adam 22 asking him, and let's listen to his response.
People have suggested that the evil genius mind of WACK 100 said, here's Luce Cannon. He's not necessarily with it enough to realize the play that I'm going to do, but I'm going to befriend this guy who used to be super close to Big U. I'm going to take Luce Cannon. I'm going to elevate him. I'm going to bring him onto podcasts like No Jumper, and then I'm going to basically allow him to say things that will be bad for Big U, whether criminally, whether how he's viewed in the streets, etc. I do believe.
And if you're wondering what were some of those things that he said about Big U, and if WACK was actually sitting right next to him while he said it, here's actually the proof in the pudding.
From where? He like 6'0". I say, wait, that was Luce that did you like that? I said, hold on. So I called Big U. Hey, man, why is Luce doing that to bro? Now, you got to remember, me and Marley do real business. I come get a beat from him. You know, I pay him for his beat, give him his points. We got to hit him and Game and Jeremiah came from Marley, right? So Big U, like, laughs the shit off, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, what kind of shit you on? I thought Marley is, you know what I'm saying? What kind of shit you on, right? So then, you know, he started to make mention of certain things, and I guess he must have called you back or called Marley back. He called Marley back and said, you called WACK? And told WACK, and at this point in time, Marley like, fuck me calling WACK. What's up with your homeboys doing me like that? You know, I didn't let your kids stay. I didn't did everything in the world for you. What's up with your... And at that point in time, I think Marley's light came on.
Yeah, but see, people don't understand, like Big U, he got his name for dealing with like niggas like me. So it's not like he actually doing work or putting in work himself or whatever. He just do it and then put his name on. Same thing like what Marley Marl do. Marley Marl act like he made this beat and take a picture in front of the studio, but actually he's selling you somebody else's product. You get what I'm saying? That's what Big U do. He finesse niggas. See,
like just look at WACK. Listen to Luce, but just look at WACK.
But is that somebody's product? Because if Marley Marl provide the workplace, he provides the tools, and he say, yo, I'm gonna let you work here, and we're gonna cut this shit up. My influence is gonna bring the artist here to move the product. I never heard Marley say he did some beat.
But what kind of shit are you saying that Big U does that he then stamps but doesn't actually do? You're talking about like street shit?
Yeah, like street shit. So basically, say if I go do something in the hood, right, and he knows about it, he'll tell everybody in the hood.
Like it's him.
So, like it's him, but then they be calling me. It was like, cuz you just did this, and I'm like, cuz that's like some police shit. Because why would you be telling, if me and you is the only person that know what we did, it shouldn't even go between
Are you woke, Luce?
Of course.
Are you woke now?
Yeah.
You know why he's putting it out there, right?
Of course.
You got to get that credit from that 7-7 street contract.
Of course. So at the end of the day, it's like, I realized like, damn, it's 2000.
Walking him down that line. Now I get it. Luce Cannon is a grown man. He's responsible for what he says and what comes out of his mouth. But we're going to get into the clip with academics. And academics, actually, this is the first time I've seen someone truly hold WACK accountable to the point where he gets defensive and he's calling out names and whatnot. We'll jump into that later. But he's sitting there like walking him down this line. I get that this is Luce's story, but man, just his face, his whole body language says it all.
2023 and you got a BlackBerry. Like they didn't.
How long I've been asking you about that BlackBerry?
Since 2015.
So that's the phone that he got?
Yeah.
Now, after seeing that clip, let's get into the clip with him, with academics asking him, like, why would you allow him to go up there and say these things if you consider this person your friend? Was he ever your friend? If that's the case, how would you just sit there and let him talk, knowing that you've become like a wizard of this internet media stuff? You could quickly change the conversation, start screaming. If you tap WACK 100 in the search bar, there's him going with crazy lip battles with people and stuff, just yelling and shit. Who got the bigger microphone? He could have did some stuff like that, but he allowed it to go on. But here's Ack asking him.
No Jumper telling those stories, whether it's lie or the truth. Did you look at him and be like, this guy's a dummy? Why would you say this shit? Be honest.
No, I wasn't, because I didn't think it was true.
Wait, hold on. Wait, would you say that? Would you say that yourself on a podcast? Because I say you're smarter than all these niggas. I'm not gonna blame you for them saying what they're saying.
I would ever talk about academics. Yeah. The only things I would ever talk about are the things that I've already been convicted of.
So when you're sitting next to these guys, like for example, Snoopy Badass, Luce Cannon, and they're talking about things they've never either been charged with, or the statute of limitations ain't passed.
I've
You
never
got
heard Snoopy Badass talk about shit he done been charged with. He talked about something he got on the stand on.
Okay, well, let's keep it specifically loose. When Luce is saying this stuff, it's not your job to tell him to stop. But you are smarter. You're probably looking at him like, this is a crash out.
No, what I'm looking at him like is he's entertaining. That's it, bro. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like some dude asked me, damn, Wack, did you know he was 42? I thought he said he was younger. Bro, I don't give a fuck how old no man is, bro. A nigga could be however old he want to be. Nigga tell me he 19, 78, 238. I don't care, bro. You get what I'm trying to tell you?
And by the way, I like Luce. I'm not really trying to throw him under the bus, but I'm trying to get you in tension with this too. So, was Luce ever your friend?
Yeah, he was my partner. I mean, but at the end of the day, Luce is gonna do what Luce does. Luce wasn't a nigga who came to me for a job. And I said, okay, if you want to work for me, it gotta be like this. You know what I'm saying? Luce came to me to help him market and promote his reality show from February to May, right? Once that got done, right, Luce said, bro, I do music, boom, 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 boom. Could you help me keep my shit going, right? Boom, okay, cool. I looked up one day, right? This one I did respect about him. He knew how to play the chessboard. I looked up one day and he said, I sent you a song, right? And I said, well, shit, Luce, I told you right now, my focus ain't on music, right? So I never listened to the song. 5 days later, R&B wakes me up. You hear this song? I said, what song? It's Luce Cannon and your homeboy Cuban Rob, right? Now watch this academic.
So basically, he just goes into saying that he put Cuban Rob on a song. So that's why he thought that he was smarter than he is, because he went through Cuban Rob. And he knows that Cuban Rob is Wack's homie, and he's going to push the song because he's Wack's homie. So that's when he was like, well, I thought that he has enough wherewithal to make those kind of decisions, so I don't really need to interject when he's speaking. But it's like, man, you walked him down that line. Like you inserted yourself in the middle of his story to add your own opinions, to add your own subtitles and ad-libs. Like,
his name in the contract, 7th Street Division issued him a BlackBerry as a police issue phone to report all gang violence in his grid area. And this is an annual contract. If he doesn't produce, then they take it. He's been having a contract 10, 11 years. He did such a great job. He went from $550,000 a year. They gave him a $440,000 bonus. We sent the contract. But listen, fuck all that.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like he'll manipulate things.
They're
like
literally feeding off each other's energy. Like, I don't mean to laugh in terms of something as serious as this, but just the simple fact that Wack go cook. All right, your turn. You cook. You outdo. All right, now you like it's you can literally look at the body language. You can mute the video and just look at the body language, and you'll get enough information.
Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right? And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But because it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen the nigga get like 20 guns. And when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that. And I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm going to get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like, one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to
Now, if he knows, if Luce was his homie and he knows that Luce did this not too long ago, wouldn't it the logical thing be to switch out of that situation? I mean, if they're doing the whole smear campaign on Big U, they could still stay on Big U, but just kind of like wiggle about that situation, that specific situation, because one, Luce is involved. Two, it's not that long ago. But instead he was like, you know what? Didn't he whoop whoop? And then didn't you say that, you know why he did that, Luce? Because he got that. So it's kind of like you kind of walked him down that line. Again, he's a grown man, got his own life and kids and all that type of situation. But obviously the question lies, like, if you are so good at this media stuff and you've mastered it, right? Why didn't you kind of, let your... let the information you've gained from all of these years, like, okay, let me kind of get loose about this situation. He ain't been around this internet stuff for as long as I have. Let me kind of wiggle out of that. But it's like, the same enemy. So y'all got a common enemy. And it shows because...
when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
the club when you sweated him in the club.
Yeah.
And Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
No, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this shit getting crazy.
drop off the 50,000, and we're gonna let Meek live on crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, "What you doing?" Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, "Oh, nephew, where you at?" And I'm like, "Nigga, where my money at?" And he was like, "Oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for." I'm like, "What?" Like, cause that's some weird shit. And then he stopped answering the phone because I'm trying to pull up on him. Like, bro, you got.
But yeah, that clip is over on No Jumper. They re-released it because they had to put it out because it was so controversial, and I think that's the episode they caught the cease and desist for. And then, as we know, Adam came out and said, the feds came and knocked on the door and was like, "Yo, we need that cease and desist." And it was from this specific episode, I think, where they made the allegations about Nip and Big U and whatnot. Excuse me. So, yeah, after watching that clip, what do you think? You think, like, I mean, WACK's obviously not responsible for what another man got to say, but do y'all think that he could have done more as a quote-unquote friend? Again, it's 2025. That friend shit is, stick it where the sun don't shine. Yeah, but let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You feel me? Trying to get back up in this algorithm.